with Rod Wood, Stephanie Nazaro, meteorologist Dave Eichhorn, Carrie Lazarus with Family Health Tonight, and Doug Logan Sports.
CO2 from going into the atmosphere each year. Well, he says his style has hardly changed, but always works. In other words, that's his story, and he's sticking to it.
And that is exactly what Mark Werchowski calls his new CD, his first attempt at top billing after 2 decades in music.
Left to the city on a Greyhound bus. Made goodbyes for the rest of us.
Okay, straight-ahead rock and roller Mark Werchowski has adapted a little to the changing music scene. Playing bookstores, for instance, was something he never imagined, but it's happening.
Left to the city on a Greyhound bus. Made goodbyes for the rest of us.
And he's done with the democracy, he calls it, of a band. He's laying himself on the line.
It just seemed the right time to do this, to go out on my own and put my name on the front. People are always going to gravitate towards what they know, so this is a way to really put the original material out there and see if it stands on its own.
Baby, I see it in your eyes.
Which really comes down to the music. If people like what they hear, hopefully they'll come out and give us a look.
Full of confidence, Mark has no time for regrets. And no reason, because in his long career, he once made a stab at making it, moving to Los Angeles for years with the band Dillinger. Worth doing, he says, but
the business of music is not always about how good the band is. So we learned that, and it was a good education to get.
When that was done, another lesson. You can go home again. He has a family, a fine group of musicians backing him, and still no regrets.
You know, at the point I am in my life now, the business, if whatever success we get, that's great. But I still just love to play.
Like we said, Mark Werchowski's disc is called That's My Story, and I'm sticking to it. And it's available in music stores throughout Central New York and also in the Mohawk Valley. Now, you just saw some of Mark's recent release party at Borders at the Carousel Center. He will be hosting a Utica area CD release party. That happens tomorrow night, the 23rd, at the Metro on Varick Street.
Real take charge sort of a guy, sort of like our Jim Teskey here every night.
Well, we're going to take charge as far as the weather is concerned.
This is his story, and he's sticking to it.
Yeah, we're going to stick to it. The warm weather is back to the west.
Our report for tonight, ABC News Nightline is coming up next time.
And we send you off with the sounds of Mark Werchowski from the CNY music scene. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
To the city on a Greyhound bus. Made goodbyes for the rest of us. Way out of town and drove past your old school. Melanie, what you prove? Left to the city on a Greyhound bus. Made goodbyes for the rest of us. Way out of town and drove past your old school. Graduated this past June. Show a life you wanna have a stay. None of the business anyway. Get to the city on a Greyhound bus. Go goodbye to the rest of us. Melanie, won't you come back home? Melanie, won't you come back home?
Closed captioning brought to you by your local Ford dealers.
We will.
Well, if you're a rock and roll fan, are you one?
I am. Matter of fact, I need this right now to show you.
Do you?
Yeah.
There it is.
I'll tell you why in a minute.
Okay. And you're looking for something to do tonight. We have a suggestion for you.
Maybe not listen to this right away, but a longtime local musician is celebrating the release of his first solo CD with a gig at the Metro in West Utica tonight. News Channel 20's John Swan looks at the man and his music.
For those who don't know, there is an active local music scene in the Utica area, although there are not as many places featuring live music as there were before karaoke and other entertainment innovations.
I think there's a beginning of that. I think that the music scene is starting to pick up again. It's a very new situation for bands now, because we've never been faced with the situations that are out there in the clubs now. It's tough, but bands are out there slugging it out.
Mark Werchowski and other musicians have built their following over the years by staying true to their roots.
Well, with the drinking age going to 21 in the 80s, that really killed a lot of the music scene. But it seems like people are trying to find a way to make things happen now. There's a lot of club owners that give them a lot of credit for trying to make venues for original bands to play, and people are just trying to create something here because there's a lot of talent here.
And while some bands still play lots of cover tunes, songs you may have heard on the radio, music by other artists, Werchowski and bands like his are making their mark by playing things you won't hear anywhere else.
It's my first solo CD. All original music and rock and roll. I love rock and roll. I've been doing it for 20 years in this area. I've been in a band called Dillinger and Night Train, and we're getting it out there. We're going to be playing around town, and we hope people come out and see us.
John Swan, WUTR, News Channel 20.
Mark Werchowski's new disc is That's My Story, and I'm Sticking to It. Not a bad title. It's available in several Utica area stores, and it's produced by Oriskany Records.
And what are some of the songs on there?
Well, let's see. We got Crash Your Party. We got Melanie, Games, Corrupt Me. That's not a bad title. We'll have to see if he plays some of those tonight at the Metro.
And if you want to hear some of those songs tonight, you can see the band and hear them perform some of those songs that we just said on the disc live at the Metro on Varick Street in Utica, starting at 9 o'clock. Well, on a more serious...
Shopping this holiday season in the Utica-Rome area, you have a chance to buy some locally produced music and help out a great cause at the same time. You may have seen these cassettes and CDs at area retailers. The songs are called Christmas in the Valley by the local rock band Dillinger and Light the Candle, performed by Maria DeOrio of Clinton. Both songs have become holiday favorites at local radio stations. The proceeds from this music will be donated to the Stephen Swan Humane Society.
So on a year-round basis, we're always overwhelmed with the kindness of the people in central New York, and this is another example of it. But you know, the fact of the matter is we see some sad stories throughout the year, and this excites us not only that it will help us, you know, get an income, but there's people out there that think of us on a regular basis, and that really means a lot to us.
And part of the proceeds from Light the Candle will also be donated to the Neighborhood Center in Utica. You can pick up this holiday music with the cause at the Last Unicorn, Big Apple Music, Park Row Booksellers, and McCarris Gifts in Utica, Rome, even in Clinton. Well, still mild today. Any winter weather in the near future?